Welcome back to another one. My name is Mike Sieben, one of the co-founders here at EBB. So today we're sitting down again with Mr. Brandon Young from Data Dive. We're going to be taking a look at the AI product brief inside Data Dive's software. So this incredible feature allows us to actually break down all the competition and uses AI to tell us all the things they're doing really well and all the things that they're doing poorly so that we can incorporate these into our product and absolutely smash the competition. So before we get into it, make sure that you are subscribed and that you're smashing that like button. It would mean the world, helps us get this out to the most amount of people possible, as well as allows you to follow along and be notified every single time we post a video so that you too can build $1 million brand online. Without further ado, let's hop right into it.
If we go back to this now, we can really start to understand, what's included. So I think that dormitories is looking good right now because it's the Q4. Maybe people were moving into college in August and September.
Yep.
That's going to be a root word that we didn't even really see. If we come back over here, let's go back to the MKL. I'm really curious when I go here and I search for dormitory or dorm. Did we bring anything over with that? I don't see it here. Let me go to outliers and look for dorm. No. And let me look for residue. Yeah. And so dorm closet organizer. If I look at the search volume of this keyword over time, I imagine that there's a massive spike in, July and August, right?
Yep.
Kids are getting ready to go away to college. They get it. They use it for the year. They probably buy a new one or, every year. Maybe it lasts, maybe it doesn't. So, and they're going to want the smaller one that they can throw in their suitcase if they need to leave, right? Kids are not going to want the big permanent one. This is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But let's test that theory. I guess they do want the bigger one. They want the more permanent one, right? But think about why they need this though. If you have a dorm room and you have a roommate, you have one closet that's kind of compact.
Yeah.
Usually most of the time you don't even have an internal closet. You just have like some kind of piece of furniture. You got to use it as efficiently as possible. So this is a market that we didn't even identify before, which are the college kids. And we want to be able to make sure we don't miss that root word in our listing. And it's not something it might not be a high enough priority to put in in our set of main images, but it would be something I'd want an A+ at the very least. And it would be something I'd want to mention in the bullets at the very least and write the word in there, right? And you can see as a search frequency, there's a lot, right? There's shoe storage. That's going to be different. This is going to be more the narrow one that only holds shoes. Maybe that's a whole nother niche that you can go do a dive on. Go. If we do a dive on the 20 best sellers of the shoe storage cube one, right? Because if you're already making the commitment to do closet, now you got another whole source of traffic for a variation that's going to bring people in for shoes. And they're going to see right next to it the one that matches for the bigger cubes for their closet. They're going to say, yeah, those would look good next to each other, right? Like I should buy both. And now you're going to start to get maybe a frequently bought together. And then they'll say, well, I already have both. Let me do this other one. And then that offer is another offer you can put on that insert card. And again, if it converts at only 1%, you're selling 1,000, that's another 10 sales, right? So, you start to really understand, okay, how do I build this brand out with all these different dynamic products? This is another whole product you should be doing probably.
Yeah, that's huge. It's so cool that you're able to identify that. And what was crazy was that you identified it through the AI product brief, through the usages that it pulled on there, and then it was able to pull us back to the MKL and understand that it was a residue.
Yeah, absolutely. And I didn't even get through the rest of this, right? Like, and you also have cars. I'm just looking through and seeing camping. We found people are using specific things they're storing too. And I imagine Granny Says has a whole line, right? Like they're executing what we're talking about exactly. Yep. Where they've got all these different sizes and packs. This one might pull apart. I don't know if it's they fit together, it looks like.
Yep.
But so a 2-pack can become that. Yeah, it's really interesting. I think if we go down here, though, we say, what do customers like? Convenient, organized, compact, easy to use, versatile, spacious. Doesn't really give us a ton of insights there. That's all easy stuff. Things people don't like, not enough room, not durable. So again, we can address some of these poor quality durability issues with that splotch. We make sure that they see it, right? then you actually do execute on the better quality. Limited functionality, inconvenient hooks. That's something to go look into, right? Why are the hooks inconvenient? What are people complaining about here specifically? It's only a couple complaints or one complaint, but what does this hook look like versus this one that's making it, inconvenient? Is it because it doesn't rotate?
Got it.
So, you want to go look into that and investigate it. So here's some value-added ideas from the AI after pulling all that data. Enhance durability, increase storage capacity, functionality. So add features like adjustable straps, removable dividers, extra hooks to enhance the versatility and usability of the product. So they answered the question, like, why did they not like the hooks? And it was to enhance the versatility and usability. I don't know what that means exactly, but it's worth exploring.
Yep.
Better compression, easy hanging, enhanced portability, versatility. And then here are the desired improvements that the AI is going to take from all of that other data. So you want to address durability issues, strengthen the product's construction to prevent ripping, tearing, and damage. So very specifically, it's telling you what were the durability issues. And now we can understand, okay, it was where the seams were. We need to make sure we're double stitched. We need to make sure that the fabric is thicker, and we're not going to have something that falls apart. That should be a given, but this is important.
Sure.
Increase hanging options. Again, they're going back to those hooks issues or hanging options and usability. So provide additional hanging options. We need to find out what they're asking about, right? So different types of closets and suitcases have different types of bars. I didn't know that, right? So are the hooks too small? Maybe it's because they don't fit on all the size bars. So maybe you need to offer bigger hooks and smaller hooks to the user, because you were thinking, okay, a closet bar is the same diameter or same width. It isn't though, right? We know that sometimes you get the big wooden ones that are 1.5 inches, and then you get the smaller poles that are much smaller. If you don't have a hook that can hang on both, you're going to get a negative review and you're going to get a return, and it's going to hurt you. That wasn't even something I had even thought of until I saw this.
Me neither.
Was that on your radar?
No, it wasn't. But
No.
it's funny that you say that, because I was working with one sample, and one of the samples, it was harder for me to get. I have like this kind of rounded edge, but then a square bar, and it was a little bit more difficult to get on there. And I don't know why I didn't think of that, but that makes total sense. I think it's an easy add-on to just add on a couple more sizes.
Right. And this is all talking to the power of AI, right? Like if you're not using Data Dive and AI, you're just missing out on so many little things that can make your product fail. You're missing out on so many things that can be the difference between an okay product and a bestseller, right? The little bit of extra time you take to really dig in and understand how to use a good tool and really dig into the product development side make all the difference, right? So improved hook convenience. Again, this is in here twice, right? Like multiple times hook has been discussed. Portability. So develop a more compact and lightweight design. So we want to find out, like, what are the product weights of some of the competitors? Is this something where everyone is heavy, or is there just a cheap light one that they were thinking they were getting, or is the home one heavy and the travel one lighter? Probably, because they're different number of shelves, size, and thickness maybe of different components. So, we need to address that and understand, okay, what do they mean by more compact and lightweight? And we're going to address that probably with like your size options, the bigger one being more for home, for dorm, right? Quality issues, versatility, strengthen the straps, improve suitcase compatibility. So this one's big too, right? Not all suitcases are built the same. What is yours going to fit in? What is it not going to fit in? You guys have done a lot of research into this already, but it's mentioned here. Functionality. This is cool. So they want removable dividers, which is interesting. So like, I guess the best seller has the 2-pack, that can become a 4-pack.
Yeah. I mean, even having like in your regular drawer, there's camera bags out there that have these Velcro dividers, and you can really customize all of these different areas to put your different.
I love that. Yeah. I know what you're talking about, because lenses are different, pieces are different, the camera body's different, so you want to be able to customize.
Exactly. I love that idea as well.
Yeah, that might be something that you do. And additional pockets to increase the product's functionality. So this is calling out exactly the improvement that you're doing, right? You're adding the jewelry storage, having those netted pockets on the side, if you weren't planning on doing it, it's been mentioned a couple times, and it adds that extra. That's going to look better on a main image. I bet it does increase the conversion rate. I would look into that.
Yep.
Provide clear instructions. That's one that this is one that I think a lot of people neglect. You think like it's easy to use, so you're just like, it doesn't need, just pull it out and hang it up, right? There needs to be some set of instructions where you're communicating, around functionality, and maybe like don't overpack it. Warnings, like use the best way to use the product, different ways to use the product. By the way, we have these other products. You can throw that into the instructions too. It's another place to really market and upsell, but also talk to the customer around getting feedback from them directly instead of through Amazon if it's poor, right? It's not what's against terms of service is when you ask for a review at the same time as saying, go do this. And if you had a bad experience, do this. If you had a good experience, that way. You're not allowed to split people based on what they're going to say. But if in the instructions they're not happy and you're not asking for a review in the instructions, you're just saying any opportunity for us to improve this product, feel free to reach out. Here's our email. That's perfectly fine. That's just being good at branding and being good at communication and improving your product and customer service, right? Enhance design, improve the overall design and aesthetics of the product to make it more visually appearing. And here are your avatars. So frequent business traveler. The customer is busy professional who travels frequently for work. Minimalist traveler. So traveler, vacationers also traveling. Here's our college student that we didn't have visibility on before. The RV traveler. So we had the camper before. Family vacationer. So again, a traveler. Fitness enthusiast. This is interesting. So the customer frequently visits the gym. So someone walks in the gym with this thing, hangs it up and has their clothes, has everything. That's interesting to me because I wouldn't even think that someone would use it that way. I've never really seen that at the gym. Granted, I haven't been to the gym since before COVID, but I think that's interesting. I don't know. Have you guys ever seen that? You guys look like you all go to the gym.
Yeah, I do go to the gym, but I definitely have not seen that. That's for sure.
No, neither have I.
That might be a whole new niche that you can develop, right? Where it seals up, right? Like it doesn't just fold out, but like maybe it's self-contained, or it comes with a backpack, right? So that it is for the gym. And you say hang it up in the shower when you're going to take a shower, so you can shower and change at the gym, or hang it in your locker, right? It's got what you need in it, and maybe it's one compartment instead of four, and that's your gym one because you only need one set of clothes. You need somewhere to put your jewelry when you're going to go work out or go swimming or shower or whatever, go in the sauna. But you got that little jewelry side and you got the one cube, and it folds into a backpack for you. To me, like now we're talking about a fifth design, right? And I think that's important, is that you're getting visibility. That's not a niche people have visibility on yet, but it's one that could grow. Mm-hmm. It's not going to lead to a ton of sales. To design and develop and build that product as a one cube for gym goers, and just throw it in there as a variation and order 100 units, 200 units, and people, and then now you're marketing the whole line of them. Now you're building a real brand, right? Now people are like, wow, I needed this one for the gym. I love this product. I needed this one for travel. I needed this one for the closet. I need one for my shoes, right?
This is actually, let me interject super quick here. So fascinating because it's allowing you to come up with tons of ideas for new products. So it's like whether you choose to do them in the beginning, you wait a little bit longer, you do them as variations or standalone products. Like you said, you're becoming a real brand. It's helping you come up with feedback based off of what people are saying they want or need. And then you're able to use that to develop your brand further. And of course, that adds additional value. You may be able to get these products from the same supplier around the same price point. You're making small iterations when it comes to like the supply and development side, but it has huge value and huge impact to tons of different avatars. And like you said, is all coming together to really build something very valuable as a branded suite of products.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I find myself using the avatars regularly to decide whether to do additional variations, and it takes me down this rabbit hole of that person needs their own unique thing. And here's another perfect example of what you just said, the new parent. It's for a parent who needs a hanging closet organizer to store baby clothes, diapers, and accessories.
Wow.
So immediately what I think of right there is colors and designs. That parent, if they're hanging it in their kid's closet or like by the crib, they're going to want one with that's designed with cute animals on it, like giraffes and you know, different animals that talk to the kid versus or that the kid can see. If it's hanging in visibility of the kid, and they've got the whole room design, and you know, you guys got some young kids, right? And so you don't want this nasty gray thing hanging up in a beautiful room where you're trying to really, you know, create an environment for your baby. Now you're talking about, wow, I need to probably launch 1 or 2 for the baby, for the mom, with different designs on it. Maybe one for baby girls, one for baby boys. And now I'm thinking to myself, why are none of these competitors selling a pink one for women, right? So we've got gray, we got black. Why isn't anyone doing a pink one? You know, and now I can target with PPC. I can have another whole source of funnel traffic that's going to be pretty high converting, where I'm going to go look for super long tail keywords, where I'm taking all these root words and I'm hitting it with girl in the front, pink in the front. So it's a broad search term, and it's my key root, but I'm targeting that key root with girl and pink in front of it. So girl, then pink, and I've got all those roots. I'm not going to get a ton of traffic, ton of impressions, but as an aggregate, I'm probably going to bring in an extra 10, 15, 30 clicks a day, maybe, hopefully, and convert pretty highly on them. And overall, now I'm really, really starting to bolster this listing up to where I'm getting high converting traffic from all these different sources. So my mind just went all there just from seeing new parent and hanging for baby.
I love that.
That makes a ton of sense. And so, I mean, obviously for us, but also anybody watching as well, is this something that you would consider doing on one listing? I know you mentioned that you're bolstering up one listing, or would you create these products for different avatars on different listings, and why?
So most of the time, like, it's ideal if you can, but like, I think together is more powerful. The overall conversion rate is going to go up when you speak and build a product specifically for an avatar. Plus, these are all what I would consider, like, this is a term I'm just making up, but long tail avatars. Right? So these long tail avatars, you're basically not going to get enough traffic to have enough clicks, enough add to carts, enough conversions, and enough revenue to rank for these other keywords. So you're going to want them as a variation.
Makes sense.
And we know about the campers. Yeah. So that's it, man. I think that you've got a lot of visibility, a lot of keywords, a lot of different ways to write it. And now you have, before you place this order, now you're asking yourself, wow, how many am I actually going to do now?
So cool.
So personally, I really love that. That gave us a ridiculous amount of insights and lots of things to consider. And so now we know that we have multiple options of where we can go with creating different variations, adding different features. I think one of the biggest things that I took out of that personally was those small details that we can add to something that we're already thinking about that are just going to increase conversion. Right, zooming into the fabric, talking about the durability. We see from other reviews there were maybe issues with durability or quality or things like that. So having images and copy that really tell the customer that, hey, we are better quality than the competition. We will arrive and you will be a lot happier with that product. And then targeting different people in different ways through that same listing while doing that. Huge game changer. And so I think we can do a whole nother video then on taking those ideas, kind of consolidating them and looking how we can start to build out our listings or, variety of listings for the different variations using the listing builder. And personally, within our business, I've been nerding out about using Data Dive most specifically for master keyword list and listing builder. And we've seen ranks completely change in the matter of weeks just by inserting different keywords and being able to know from a PPC level how we can more specifically target the words that we actually want to rank for, and then being able to check in over time on how that's working. So for me, those are the insights that I took. I'm going to take that personally with our own business. Of course, with Voyaj, there's immediate opportunity there that we're going to put into place so that we can be successful over this next year. So yeah, Graham, Brian, what did you guys think of that?
Yeah,
as we're summing up this video,
my biggest, I think the I mean, you hit the nail on the head realistically, but my biggest thing is, and what excites me the most is we were able to really see where this brand could potentially go. So we started this brand transparently, which is really, really cool. We started this just specifically focused on travelers, and we called the brand Voyaj, and it's a journey per se. But I was sending a message in the group chat just with Graham and Eric, and I'm like, we could literally create like Voyage Baby, Voyage Adventure, Voyage Home, Voyage Travel, and have all of these different avenues. But realistically, one thing that I really like what you said, Brandon, was we can easily sell the same customer into all of these different products through our instructions, because they're all complements realistically, and every single person at one point will have a baby, we'll go camping, we'll obviously have a home closet, and we'll obviously go travel. So if they like our product and we do a great job with it, then it's a natural lifetime value increase by having all those additional variations. It's just a matter of the cadence of how and when we should launch those things. I see the most opportunity within travel and home out of the gates, but adding those other ones down the road as we start to build more of a brand, I think is going to be so crucial and so important.
Right.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. I mean, I think it's super, super insightful how you're able to take a list of keywords, a list of search terms from customers, and then derive different ideas to build off of your product simply by looking at data, comparing your competitors to what's currently on the market and what people are searching for. It's a really logical approach when you see a big list of keywords, which are directly the customer's articulation of what they want to buy. And then working backwards to figure out what you want to offer and how you want to offer it. Just from Data Dive alone, like Brian said, there's multitudes of different avenues we can take and multitudes of different products that we can launch simply looking at one data set, which we overlooked before. So it just goes to show how much more time you can spend in Data Dive and how much more data that you can pull from it, the more that you're in there. So phenomenal tool and phenomenal walkthrough. So some super, super valuable insights on there.
No, I appreciate it. I think I love the opportunity to go through with a real example versus just theory with people, because it's one thing just to be like, you need to do A, B, C, D, but then to actually walk people through and understand it and see how deep it goes, why the data is important. And we built the tool simply because I've launched nearly 1,000 products over the last 7 years, right? I've gone through product development so many times, and I just keep getting better at it because I understand what to look at. I understand the mistakes I've made. I understand, like that's a trap, So, we're trying to make the tool for sellers, by sellers, and make it intuitive with the life cycle of the product. So we take you from ideation, once you have the idea, let's actually develop that idea to maximize the success chance of that product. Launch it, optimize it, and grow it. So I like the idea that you guys are also launching with the home and the travel. Don't forget the shoes. I think we need to do another dive on the shoes, and then that should be sitting right next to your home organizer.
Absolutely.
Because our wives, they all have shoes. A lot of you probably have to sell a 2-pack of the shoes next to the 1-pack. What you can start to talk about also that you guys probably do in your businesses are these coupon stacks, right? So how do you communicate on the Amazon seller page to give a bonus, buy 2 items from our shop and get a 10% discount? But if you say buy this with this, you get 10%, buy this with this, all of a sudden you've got a whole coupon stack that really, really takes up room on that page and really gets people, it takes away space from competitors on your detail page, because Amazon's stuffing in competitors all over your detail page. You want to be the one showing up. So one of the ways is coupon stack. The other way is to target your own listings, your own complementary listings with PPC. So when you do product targeting campaigns and SD campaigns, make sure you're targeting yourself, right? So that your other variation is showing up, and they're, they can see everything that you offer. And then when they go down and see more from this brand, more advertised, you're taking up all those spots.
I personally have never implemented that. I mean, I'm not the one that does PPC in our accounts. And Graham, have you implemented that before?
Yeah, targeting yourself, but not the coupon stack. That's something interesting. I've always seen like the tiered discounts, but even virtual bundling and targeting yourself. That's something that we do, but not the coupon stacks, which I think is really, really interesting. And it gets the customer thinking, okay, what else can I buy from this person just to get 10% off rather than shopping around?
And then that little bit of incentive, right? It's not a lot, and it's not going to convert at a super high percentage, but it definitely moves the needle.
Yeah.
And then what it does is it gives you the frequently bought together.
Yeah.
And then that frequently bought together, once you lock that in, that's going to be something that people hit that button more often too. So you want to start setting yourself up from the beginning to get your own frequently bought together.
Yeah. That's
Very good. Very good.
Awesome. Well,
you guys are going to crush it, man. I'm confident. I love the data. I love what you guys are building. So I'm excited to be on this journey with you. I know you got to get it ordered, get it out before Chinese New Year. We'll visit back in a few months. We'll write the listing. We'll launch it together. I'm as much as I can help you, I'm here.
Oh, that's awesome.
I appreciate it. I think
I know you have other influencers and other
You're
other
our favorite.
other experts helping you, but whatever I can step in and help with, man, let me know.
we'll take you up on that for sure. I'll kind of cap it off here. I think you said one thing earlier, and was, if you're not using AI and you're not using Data Dive inside your guys' business, I think you guys are leaving a lot of money on the table. So if you guys saw value in this, then make sure you hit the link below. Go check out Data Dive if you're not already doing it. And even more so, implement a lot of the things that we are doing in this series with you, Brandon, into your guys' businesses. I know that I'm doing that. I know that's making a huge impact on ours. So our next call is going to be, our next video, I should say, is going to be exciting, because we're going to already have placed the order. We're going to be working on our listing, and we're really going to be conceptualizing all of this data and putting this into how we're actually going to approach and market our customers. So we're excited for that. If you guys aren't already following the journey, we're going to leave the link on the screen as well as in the comments here for all of the newsletter updates. We also do updates within our internal team that you guys are going to be able to see. So Brandon, appreciate the time, and we'll see you on the next one.
Sounds good, guys. Take it easy.
Thank you.